If you haven't already heard of Wildtree, it's a food product company founded in 1996 by a woman who wanted to feed her family better quality products. Their products claim to be gluten-free, organic, non-GMO, no preservatives, sugar-free, vegan, kosher, vegetarian. Mostly I like the products for the no preservatives, non-GMO, and organic element. So since the company started in 1996, they have built their business mostly on home-based food tasting parties and workshops. So now in 2016, the company turned 20 years old, and Wildtree has surpassed $20 million in sales. So I would say this is a company dedicated to finding solutions for food allergies or specific dietary restrictions. To a friend's house, she's having a freezer meal workshop. This is a Wildtree product freezer meal workshop. So I had to pre-purchase the spices, and you just have to pack up all of your meats and your veggies and have everything either already chopped or pre-chopped or chop them at home. Label up the bags. We're making 10 meals with a few little adjustments to maybe ingredients that we don't like peppers. The kids just won't eat peppers.
O'Reilly's Day.
From Ottawa County or Sandusky County?
Sandusky County.
No, they raise turkeys?
Well, they did them for the fair and they had a few extras. And
Well, I'm back from my freezer meal workshop. I'm going to get everything unpacked and see what I have left to do. I didn't get all my veggies chopped before the workshop, so I've got a little bit of work left to do here before they go in the freezer. It's time to get everything put away, and I wanted to just show you how many meals came from my freezer meal workshop that I went to. We've got 10 meals, and as you can see, I did a few substitutions. My family does not like peppers and things, so I pulled all the peppers out of the menus and substituted for a few things. I didn't have to purchase very much. What I did have to purchase, though, is the spice kit. That was $85.80, I believe it was, to buy all of these products that I put into these meals here. And there were also a few other seasoning packets, maybe 5 or 6 little seasoning packets that also came in this, and obviously those were used. And what's kind of cool about this is that I still have plenty left over. I think it was worth it to get 10 meals and still have enough left over that I can use it for other meals. Okay, so this meal is called Greek flank steak, and it's seasoned with hickory smoked grapeseed oil and the rancher steak rub, and there's a couple things here, if you see, needed at cooking time. So there's a couple of other items that we'll bring in during cooking time: bacon and sweet potatoes, and it's got all the directions here. These are pre-printed labels that came with the kit, and so this is kind of a Greek flavored, and instead of flank steak, I used sirloin steak. We just put all the seasoning in, and the only thing I had to add with this, I had to add onion and lemon juice to this at the time of the workshop. Here's another one of the meals we prepared. It's called Latin lettuce wraps, and it called for ground turkey and diced onion. And because we raise our own beef, obviously I substituted beef for the turkey. So you just put the spices all in here, put all the spices in here, mix everything up with the onion and the ground beef, and that's going to be Latin lettuce wraps. This meal was supposed to be garlic grilled fish, and I didn't have any fish, and when I went to the store to look at fish, I wasn't really happy with the fish selection. Everything was a product of China, and just not a product I really want to bring into my home, not when I have all of this good local meat that we raise here. So I decided to substitute turkey wings. So these are 2 wings from our turkeys that we raised in the fall, and they are giant. This is probably one of our 50-pound turkeys. So it's garlic grilled turkey wings, and I think it'll be really delicious on the grill this summer. Okay, so here's another meal. This is called Salsbury Steak with gravy, and I had to have the ground beef. I believe the ground beef is right here. Yep, this is ground beef added with spinach, fresh spinach, and an egg, and then the seasoning all mixed into one bag. And then in bag number 2, I had to have chopped red onion, and of course, instead of the bell pepper, I substituted celery, and I ran out of mushrooms. So when it comes time to cook this, I will have to add in the mushrooms. So that is another one of the meals. Another one of my meals is called Mediterranean roasted vegetables and chicken. So it called for chicken breast, I believe. I decided to do a whole chicken. This is one of our massive chickens. So I'm going to roast this. And along with the spices that we added in here, we had to add in zucchini, onion, and I believe this is the one. Oh, I added pea pods instead of peppers, and eggplant. Yeah, so eggplant is another one of the vegetables that I had to add in here, and that will be roasted. Another meal here is called Adobo steak tips, and I used some of our beef stew meat chunks, added the spices in, mixed in with chopped onions and mushrooms, and that will be adobo steak tips. I think it's supposed to be on skewers, but as you can see, I didn't follow the directions. I chopped up the onions. I should have left them in pieces for skewers, but that's okay. So what I think I might end up doing is sauteing all of this, or roasting it and serving it over a bed of rice or something. I'm not that concerned. I know how to adjust recipes well enough that if I do screw it up like that, I can adjust it easily. Okay, this is another one. It's called Hickory Adobo Chicken. And again, this is another one that called for, I think, either chicken breast or chicken thighs. And I ended up doing a whole chicken that's cut in half. So that'll be good. We'll be able to grill this. And then what doesn't go on the grill, I'll probably throw in a pan and saute it. So we had to add in zucchini. We had to add in onion and mushroom to this. And then I decided to go ahead and add in some corn as well. And of course, all of the spices are added in here as well. Another meal that we made is Mediterranean country-style ribs. I didn't have ribs and I didn't want to buy any, so I went ahead and used the pork loin that I had in the freezer. And I added sweet potatoes and chopped up onions to mine. And I believe, yeah, this one called for onion and bell pepper. And again, I omitted the bell pepper, so I added in the sweet potatoes and the onion. Spices are all mixed in with the pork loin, and then the instructions are there. And here is the final meal that I have that we prepared. It's called OPA Sausage and Peppers. And obviously mine is not sausage and peppers. Mine is sausage and sauerkraut and onions. It's got all the mix, all the seasonings all mixed in here already. And we will probably just cook this in a cast iron skillet. All right, here are my meals that I prepared at the freezer meal workshop for Wildtree. The only dish I did not prepare was the shrimp. I believe it was called the sauteed shrimp with spinach salad. So I'm just going to wait until I have shrimp. I didn't really have a good selection of shrimp, And so I have everything here. I've got the ingredients and the instructions, and when I get a good batch of shrimp, I will go ahead and make that and stick it in the freezer, but I'm not that worried about it right now. So all in all, I would say that 9 meals plus the shrimp would make it 10. It was a pretty good deal for $85.80 for my family. And with the month coming up that we have, the musical that 3 out of 4 of us are in, it's going to be a lot of rehearsals during the week, 6 to 9 at night after working all day. And I'm going to really need some help in the kitchen with our meals, so this will really help out a lot with getting ready for this musical. Make meals a little bit easier for us. So that's all I have. Have a great week, everybody. I'll post my menu plan as soon as I get it done. I don't have it done yet because I've been messing with this most of the day. And on days like that, sometimes you just gotta have pizza. It's been a busy weekend, and I had leftovers planned for supper tonight. I thought we had a little bit of wiggle room in our menu plan that we could just get some pizza, because it's about 9:30 on Sunday night, and I gotta work in the morning, and I gotta get this mess cleaned up. So have a great week, everyone.